What are we going to talk about today? Let me open my show notes. My show notes are open. Scrolling. Santa brings boy a Nerf gun, comma, eventually. What? I mean, how is this a story, Paul? I mean, kids get Nerf guns from Santa all the time. Well, yes, this is a lesson. It's going to be a lesson for you guys. We've got a SWAT Fuel Warrior of the Week for you, and then whatever else it is we want to talk about, all on today's episode of Student of the Gun Radio.
Stand by for education, enlightenment, enjoyment, and entertainment.
He's not here to talk about your feelings. He's not here to say what you want to hear. He's here to say what needs to be said.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, please welcome your host, the pimp hand of America, Professor Paul Markle.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It is now officially the Christmas season. Do you know why?
Because you can play Christmas music?
Because I have officially watched the Cyber Goth Christmas video on YouTube where the kids in black dance to Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. And if you're one of those few people on planet Earth that's never seen that, we've shared it. I shared it on my personal Facebook page. I didn't share it on my Parler page, I don't think. I need to share it on my Parler page. Speaking of Parler, Parler, you guys need to get over there. If you're following us on any social media right now, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, you need to get over and follow us on Parler, because this Facebook crap isn't going to last forever. I don't think it's going to last through the year. I don't think it's going to.
We talking through the year 2020 or through the year 2021?
2021. 2021, this coming new year. And this is why I say that. It's in the current iteration, as it currently stands, it's not going to last. And you're like, who are you? Well, one or two things is going to happen. Either we're going to send Joe Biden back to his basement and do what we should do and put Donald Trump back in for another 4 years. And what that's going to do is that's going to push forward the antitrust hearings against big tech. And that is going to force a change in the way in their monopoly. Or the inside the Beltway ruling class elitists are going to try and shove a dementia patient down our throats, and a majority of the country is not going to stand for it, and we're going to be involved in some type of civil war, whether it's a civil Cold War or an active civil war. Either way, I don't think Facebook in the current way it's set is going to be the same within a year.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Time will tell. As for me, I will not be ruled. If you are watching this live, and we are live on YouTube and Facebook and Discord, going through puberty, how many would you boys say, how many people follow us regularly on Discord?
More than one, less than 10,000.
Okay. Because I know we can do live streams on Discord.
Yeah, we can only do so many, though.
We can only do so many people. You can only have so many people there at a time. Okay. All right. So we are looking for solutions. All right, kids. Like I said, if you have questions, go ahead and put them in. If you're watching live, put your questions in the comments, and we might get to them at the end of the show today. All right, we're going to go ahead, unless you boys have something else to say, get right into the SWAT Fuel Warrior of the Week segment. So, Jared, riddle me this, Batman. Hasn't Ben Volmer won several times?
Maybe. I don't keep tally.
Are we
on
gonna
the people.
we're gonna have to invoke the Ryan Hepfer rule?
Oh yeah.
The Ryan Hepfer rule. For a while there, everyone's
Yeah.
like, it's rigged.
Yep.
All your contests are rigged because Ryan Hepfer keeps winning. Oh, I'm on Patriot Firearm Customs website right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I see that he has custom Duracoat jobs. At least I hope they're custom Duracoat jobs. One of our fans recently shared a horror story about a friend who said he could do a custom C-word job on his gun. And then a year later, the custom C-word job still wasn't done. And he demanded his gun back. And he got his gun back, but it had been disassembled.
Yeah, the dude couldn't figure out how to put it back together.
There were parts missing. And someone said, and he said, I should have just done the Duracoat. Yes, it's almost as if when I tell you to do something, when I give you advice, that you should follow that advice. It's almost as if. Yeah, and you know and I'm not going to get into that man's personal business, although he did share it publicly, so it's not really personal business anymore. But here's the deal. If something seems like it's a really good deal, too good to be true, it probably is. It probably is. The fact of the matter is, look, people who do things really well, their time is valuable. All right. A custom knife smith, a custom holster smith, a custom gunsmith, a custom gun finisher. If they do a good job, if they do their job very well, their time is extremely valuable. And generally, they don't give it away for free. Matter of fact, most often they don't give it away for free. So someone is willing to give you their time for free. You have to ask, why is this person giving me their time for free? Is it because no one else wants their time, or am I just that special?
Like I'm a really good friend.
I'm super special. Super special. Super special. All right. So what is our now that we've determined that Ben Voltmer is we're going to have to institute the Ryan Hepfer rule on him. Jared, go ahead and tell the future Warrior of the Week customers what they need to do to get their voice on the radio.
Yes, it's easy. You call 844-207-7684, ask a clear and concise question, and then if we choose you, send an email to info@studentofthegun.com, include your name, mailing address, phone number, and email typed into the body.
That's right, Pikachu. We might choose you.
And the question today is, do you have any recommendations on a pistol holster for a plate carrier? Or is it best to carry a sidearm elsewhere?
Well, excuse you there.
What's that?
You just burped it.
Oh.
I heard it. Yeah, right.
Did I?
What you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
You just do it and don't even know it. Huh?
Woo!
Zach's
Yeah.
not going to answer.
No, I
this.
heard
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna have to look back. I'm gonna have to watch it. That's funny.
Yeah, holsters for plate carriers. Actually, kind of. I do. I modified one for myself. Now you don't have to modify it. Right, Blackhawk makes a Molly plate carrier. They make a Molly plate adapter that you can put a holster on. Okay. Essentially, it has the little strappy straps, and then it has female screws or female nuts. Female nuts. It's female ends for the screws, and you can mount one of several types of their holsters onto that plate. Now they're not the only one. There are other companies too that make them. What I have done in the past is I needed to figure out how to make a holster for a pistol that had a silencer on it, a suppressor, a moderator, a gun muffler. And you say, well, big deal. Just stick it in a holster. Here's the deal. If you know anything about suppressors, moderators, gun mufflers, generally they're wider their circumference, their diameter, I guess you say, their diameter is wider than the actual gun. So they don't work with normal holsters. You're like, oh, I get it. Yeah. So what I was able to do is take a Dremel tool and cut the front off of a Serpa holster so that I could lay the gun right in there. As a matter of fact, there's a video. There's two videos, actually. I did one video in Saratoga. Do you guys know where that is? Is that on YouTube? Zach, do you know where that is?
I don't think Saratoga, Wyoming's on YouTube.
Hmm?
I don't think Saratoga, Wyoming's on YouTube.
Okay. But I did the chest rig holster.
I'll go find it.
Now, here is the question you need to ask yourself. This is the primary question. What else do you need to put on your plate carrier? Because a handgun in a holster actually takes up a lot of real estate. It takes up a lot of real estate on a plate carrier. Now, if your primary gun is your pistol, you say, well, I'm not carrying a rifle, so I don't need extra rifle magazines, so I'm cool there. And my primary gun is a pistol. And Jared, you know where all this mounting a gun on your plate carrier stuff came from, right? Or what the reason behind it was?
Because you need stuff.
No, vehicle crew members and getting in and out of vehicles. And
oh, you mean on your plate carrier instead of on your
your hip? Yeah. Because guys were crowded into these military vehicles, whether they're armored vehicles or Humvees or whatever, and your legs and what it's hard to get to anything that's attached to your legs or your waist inside of a vehicle. So they said, I've got an idea. I'll put it right up here, and I could just pull my gun out. And it works pretty well. It actually works pretty well. But the problem with it is, well, the gun takes up a lot of real estate on your plate carrier, and you don't have a lot of room for other stuff. So if your main gun is a long gun and the pistol is a backup, then just put it on a holster on your side, either a drop leg holster or whatever. So that's my recommendation. So if your main gun is a rifle, you don't need to have your pistol up here on a plate carrier. But if your main gun is your pistol and you're not worried about any of the other stuff, and you're getting in and out of vehicles and what have you, and you want to be able to get to it quickly, hey, rock on.
Well, why wouldn't you just mount your pistol on the back of your carrier?
Yeah, you could do that.
Then it's not in the way. That's not in the way of the rifle.
Put it off and hand it to you when you need it.
See, I don't understand.
And so that's actually, did you find the one where I modified?
Where you modified?
No, where I modified the.
Keep speaking.
We're talking about plate carriers here.
You modified the holster?
Yeah, where I modified the Serpa holsters.
I'll find it because I know exactly what I'm supposed to be looking for.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I don't.
Yeah. Come on, guys. You got to get Zach. You got to get with me. You need to memorize every single video I've ever done.
No.
Good luck.
So that is my advice to you. And also everyone out there, whether your pistol's mounted to a plate carrier or whether you just have a chest rig like the one from Crossbreed, the new one from Crossbreed, you need to understand that the left hand, you don't want this thing in front of the muzzle. You got to figure out something to do with that guy. It's generally bad juju to draw a pistol and point it at your hand at the same time, or your arm, or what have you. And also, it's with a plate carrier, it's not so big of a deal, because if you do this and point the gun back towards yourself and fire, the bullet won't get through the plate, but you're still going to have a bad day. So yeah, don't point the gun at yourself. Don't point the gun directly at your heart. That's my recommendation to you. If you take any advice from old Uncle Paul today, don't point a handgun directly at your own heart. Just don't do it. All right. We got a show note here. Remind people to join the Student of the Gun public group. Are we acknowledging the public group still?
Yeah. There's public groups on Facebook, and there's one in our student lounge as well. If you're a Facebook user, go join the public group. It's just called Student of the Gun public group. if you are not a Facebook user, then go to the student lounge, and that is free to get into. You can join the public group for free. Go to studentofthegun.com and just click that either login button or the join button.
Okay, there you go. All right. Duracoat. Why? We already talked about him, but because your buddy who says that he can do a C word job to your gun for free, it's probably not going to be worth it. What's funny though is somebody would say, well, I can do the C word job on your gun for free. And like, did you get the C word stuff for free? I don't understand. I don't get that. I don't get that. Duracoat's not free. You know why it's not free? Because it's good. Because it's badass. It's the most badass finish you're ever going to put on a gun. So check those guys out at DuracoatFirearmFinishes.com, because life is too short
to have an ugly gun.
Absolutely.
I don't think that this video got put somewhere.
Yeah, it did. It got put somewhere because all the trolls came out of the woodwork to scream about how dangerous it was and how terrible it was and all that.
Yeah, I've been looking
it was
too.
not
I've
titled
seen-
appropriately then.
Okay. Crossbreed Holsters. They make a chest rig, a brand new chest holster, which we have featured and discussed and told you guys how to draw a gun and how to get it out and how to put it back in. They have the Super Tuck Deluxe, the Reckoning, the Freedom Carry. They've got belts. They've got mag pouches. They've got accessories. They have the Arc Bag. They got a lot of good stuff. And if you haven't been to crossbreedholsters.com lately, well, you should go there, freak. And when you do, when you make a purchase, use the promotional code SOTG18. SOTG18. You're going to save yourself some money and be a happy camper. It's pretty easy, right? All right. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Brownells is got, they've got a Christmas, actually, they have a Christmas tab on their website right now. Christmas gifts to go under the tree. And you're like, what kind of gifts? Upper receivers, lower receivers, trigger groups. That's the kind of gifts I want under my tree. Yes, indeed. Magazines, rifle, pistols, sights, optics. Shopping edition in stock.
Videos?
Aha! Let me tell you what's in stock right now. This very second. 223 Remington from Black Hills is in stock right now. This very second at brownells.com.
Hold on. Don't tell them that. I'm going to go buy all of it.
As I'm speaking the words into this microphone, it's in stock. So you either want it or you don't. Well, Black Hills is expensive. Yeah, I know. It's because it's good stuff. 50 BMG. Yes, indeed. 6.5 Creedmoor is in stock. 6mm Creedmoor is in stock. 308 Lapua match ammo is in stock. So how do you find that crap out? Well, you sign up for the Brownells newsletter. When you wake up and you're sipping your coffee, you open your email on your phone, and you're like, oh, I got a thing from Brownells. Looks like it's in stock. Bam, you buy it. There you go. There you go. It's as easy as that. All right, it's Monday, and we've got a reminder for you, all of you new and recent listeners, and, well, even you people who've been around for a while.
Attention, new listeners. We produced a complimentary online training course called 7 Training Tips That Could Save Your Life. Get instant access by joining the Student Lounge for free at studentofthegun.com. Do you watch Student of the Gun TV, read the blog, and follow us on Facebook? If you answered no to any of these questions, you are wrong, but you can easily fix yourself. Go to studentofthegun.com to find everything SOTG.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Go to studentofthegun.com to find everything SOTG. Oh, can I find out how to watch the TV show? Yes, you can watch the TV show, listen to the radio, read the articles, shop to your heart's content, and just be an all-around happy camper. All right, we got a story here. And second Santa brings little boy a Nerf gun after first one made him cry. What? Yes. See, it's interesting. The title of this. So it's from Fox 32 Chicago. Dateline 2 days ago.
Does it really say 2 days for you?
Yep. It says published 2 days ago.
It says 1 day ago for me.
Oh, wow.
What? That doesn't make sense.
I got an idea. How about just putting a dateline on your stories and calling it good, you freaking mongoloids, you freaking TikToks. Are Americans so stupid that they can't see a date and do the math in their head? Like, for instance, if I would have saw December 9th, 2020, am I so retarded that I can't figure out, that was 2 days ago, or was it 3? I don't know. So I wish someone would just tell me how many days ago it was.
Don't worry, Fox 32, they got your back.
Yep, they're on your side. Or are they? All right, Jared.
So this says, Mall Santa brings Nerf gun to boy who cried after being told no guns for Christmas.
Dateline, Norwich, Illinois.
Yep, Norwich, Illinois. After a young boy's visit with Santa ended up in tears from being told he could not have a toy gun, a mall in Illinois apologized by sending another jolly Saint Nick to his home with a brand new Nerf gun. The boy was captured on video posted by his mother. At a mall in Norwich, a suburb of Chicago, it shows a 4-year-old, and his name is Michael, sitting at a table across from the Mall Santa on December 6th, which was 5 days ago, just in case you wondered.
Yeah, in case you're trying to figure out how many days ago was that.
Michael tells the Mall Santa he would like a Nerf gun, and Santa replies saying, no guns. DeCarlo, which is the last name of the mother and the boy, told Storyful, whoever that is, she thought maybe the Santa did not hear her son correctly, so she chimes in to clarify Nerf gun. The Santa responds, no, not even a Nerf gun, adding, if your dad wants to get it for you, that's fine, but I can't bring it to you. Santa's comments prompted the child to turn to his mother and burst into tears. The video actually went viral, apparently, garnering hundreds of comments criticizing Kris Kringle and offering to send the boy the toy gun he asked for. In an effort to make it right, the Harlem Irving Plaza sent another Mall Santa to the boy's home the next day. A second video posted to Facebook by the boy's grandmother shows Michael surprised to find Santa at his door. Santa can be heard telling Michael, so there was a mistake made yesterday. Well, we're so sorry about that, okay? And then the Santa then asks to come in and presents the boy with a gift that comes up to his chin. It's like a Red Ryder BB gun. Michael opens the wrapped present, a Nerf gun, and exclaims, "This is crazy, this thing."
Well, all right. So we've got some lessons to learn here. We have some lessons to learn here. So we're glad that this ended up in a happy ending. After the kid will probably just remember the Nerf gun. He's 4. But now, did you catch the original setup, Jared? It says sitting at a table across from Santa.
Oh, yeah. You can't sit on their lap.
No, because of the vid. You might get the vid if you sit on Santa's lap. What is wrong with this country? Well, you don't understand, Paul. It's the vid. If you get it, you might not even know. Yeah, okay. So
I think that if people are that afraid of getting the COVID, then they probably won't go to the mall in the first place.
Why are you in the mall? Why do the rest of us have to be handicapped and restricted by your psychotic fears? Your psychotic manufactured fear. What do you mean? The vid is real. So's influenza. So's Hep B. Hep C. So, I mean, there's, Jared, how many people died of, what is it? The tuberculosis in 2018? Like 200,000? 500,000? Tuberculosis is airborne and it's a virus. Well, we didn't care about that because all those people died in Africa and Asia, and we don't care about them. Oh, okay. So we've got, and this is the lesson from here, or from this. There's several lessons. Number one, liberalism is a mental disease, and stop hiring liberals to play Santa. What kind of a psycho, like, pushes their anti-gun agenda on a 4-year-old? And even if you are a liberal psycho, anti-gun weirdo, and a little 4-year-old kid asks for a Nerf gun, what do you say? You say, Santa will see what he can do, and move on with your life. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just, I'll do my very best, Billy, Timmy, whatever. I'll do my best. You have a Merry Christmas now. Hey, dude, the 4-year-old doesn't need you shoving your psychotic anti-gun agenda into their face and making them cry. Keep your psychosis to yourself. And why did Second Mall Santa show up at these people's houses?
For fun?
Because the public relations department at the mall is like, hey, first of all, most people are shopping online, so they're not coming to the stores. The last thing we need is to give people another excuse not to come to the mall. So they scrambled. The public relations director at the mall scrambled really fast to come up with another Santa and a Nerf gun for this kid so we could have a happy ending. Is there a follow-up on what happened to psycho liberal social justice warrior Santa, the original one? Somebody in our somebody in our group posted a comment that the liberal social justice Santa resigned, but I don't see that in the story here. Did you see that in the story? No, I didn't. So we can only assume that liberal social justice Santa resigned after making the 4-year-old kid cry. And you're like, Paul, this has nothing to do with liberalism. And yeah, it absolutely does. What kind of an adult human who gets a job as Santa Claus feels the need to push their political beliefs on a 4-year-old? A 4-year-old. Yeah. No guns, Billy. Guns are bad. Yeah, but he wants a Nerf gun, an orange and green and pink Nerf gun. Shoots little darts. Doesn't matter. All guns are bad. But little Billy got his Nerf gun.
Ryan Barker said that the original Santa resigned. He saw that he was resigned and also that he was fired. So he saw both things. Either way, he's gone.
He's naga.
Not going to work here anymore.
Not going to work here anymore. Not going to be working here anymore. That's for sure. All right. We've got some cues. We've got at least one cue. Zach, do we have time for a cue?
Oh, we have plenty of time for a cue.
All right. What is the cue?
Do you want me to read it or do you want Jared to read it?
I got it. When flying with a checked gun, is there any problem if the flight changes planes on the way to your destination? Scott S.
Yes and no. Yes and no. If your flight changes planes and they unexpectedly take you into a communist enclave like New York or Massachusetts or New Jersey, you could be arrested and charged with a felony. No, you couldn't. What are you talking about? That's never happened. You're making stuff up. No, it actually has. That has happened to freedom-loving Americans who were living in a freedom-loving state, and they did everything right. They declared their gun, checked it, put it in a little hard case, put the stupid little card in there, because that little card keeps us safe, that little 3x5 card. Checked it, all that stuff. They get on their plane, and they're diverted, and they land in New York. And then they're pulled off and arrested because they have a high-capacity magazine or a gun that's not approved. Or, Jared, you remember the one where they made the guy, they demanded that he show his permission, his firearms owner's permission slip. Like, you don't have a firearms owner's permission slip. It's because I don't need one. My firearms owner's permission slip was written in 1791. So go fornicate yourself. So the answer is yes and no. When checking, flying with a checked gun, is there any problem if you change this? Well, no, unless they take you into a place that's not free, like Massachusetts or New York or New Jersey. And in that case, then maybe. You say, that's crazy psycho. That's like Gestapo tactics. Yeah, it is.
In that case, you've got a couple options. You can accept your luggage and you can walk out the airport with it, or you can have the airline forward it to whatever your destination is. But then you're stuck with now I'm off of the plane and out of the airport, and I'm not armed like I usually am. So there's sacrifices that may have to be made if you choose to fly and whatnot.
Yeah.
I've never had an issue with almost every flight that I've taken has had a connecting flight to it. I've never had an issue with getting on the other side to my destination and not having the bags there. I have heard from people that have had that, which is actually brings up a good point. When you're traveling, make sure you have some sort, like when you get on the plane, make sure you've got a day bag that has some clothes and whatnot in it for you when you get to your destination.
Yeah, I've traveled a lot over my lifetime, and there have been several times when I was separated from my bag. My bag was somewhere, whether it was on that plane.
Unknown. We don't know where it is.
Don't worry, it'll be here tomorrow, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to, when I get on a plane, I don't get on planes anymore because I'm not going to do that. But when I get on a plane, when I used to get on a plane, I would think, okay, if I got to where I was going and I didn't have my bag, would I be okay? Now, do I have a jacket? Do I have my carry-on? Do I have my
good pair of shoes,
shoes and socks and all that? And when I was flying a lot, like 6 to 10 times a year, and some people are like, that's not a lot, whatever. I would actually do stuff like that. I would stash socks, underwear, t-shirt in my carry-on bag, as well as toiletries. Of course, now you're like, oh, that toothpaste is too big. It's 3.5 ounces, and you might take down the plane. Blah 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 blah. If you guys want to watch a cute comedy special this holiday season, where you're hanging out with your bros and your family and so forth, check out Kevin Hart's new comedy special.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yep. Your mom and I sat down and watched it. Yeah.
It wasn't as funny as his normal stuff, but he just I believe that he said how he felt.
Oh, absolutely. I think he said how he felt, and he held back a little bit.
Yeah.
But he has a story about how his kids flew commercial for the first time ever. They called him crying because the people were being mean to him and taking their stuff, and he's like, welcome to, what did he say? He goes, that's life with your mama.
Yeah, that's
life with your mother. Then I hung up. So yeah, I mean, if you go through all the procedures and generally you're going to be okay, I would just stay away from the East Coast. And he's like, Paul, have they actually done that? Yeah, because they tag you as a passenger on the flight manifest. you're highlighted, you're tagged as a person who's carrying a gun. You're like, yeah, but I'm not carrying it. It's in my bag. It's under the plane. I can't get to it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. For a while there, I was getting pulled for random TSA screening every single time I was trying to get on a plane. Every single time. And I got really angry. And I noticed that my boarding pass had a code, and that code was not the same as other people's codes. And they were marking me as somebody who had checked a gun on my boarding pass. So, yeah. Do what you want with your life. But you should be okay to stay away from communist places like New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey, etc. What else we got? Is that it? Are we done?
Yep, that's it. We're only
Well,
36 minutes in.
How many minutes in?
36.
36. Well, we can talk about something else.
I've got a question
Yes.
for both
The
of you, I
answer is
guess. But Jared,
Purple.
can you download the Google Play app on an iPhone?
No.
Shoot. All right. Because
Zach's
So-
been without a phone for a week now, and he's like,
Yeah.
I can feel him like twitching. He's like,
Yeah.
I need the phone.
Here's the thing. It's less the whole like, oh man, I need to be able to browse Facebook, and more,
Like all the business
the
stuff.
majority of my waking day, I can't communicate with my colleagues or significant others.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's quite annoying.
Significant others. So there's multiple.
Well, I mean, like family
Just
and also
don't be a
Samantha.
jerk.
And yeah,
Oh.
shared. My PMs.
My PMs. So,
I'll
what did the
answer that
store
in a
tell
minute.
you, Zach?
What did the store tell me?
Sucks to be you.
What?
Did you? I thought you were going to a cell phone store.
Oh, yeah. So here's a fun story. So did you know that in the modern day era, there are very few people who will dare to sully their hands on a non-iPhone? I went to 4 places that are supposed to fix cell phones, and none of them said they would fix a Samsung. I found one that would fix a Samsung, and they quoted me $320
He might
to
as well
fix
just buy
my
a new
screen.
phone at that point.
Yeah, so right now I'm working on getting a new company phone, and I'm thinking about just breaking down and letting Jared win and just getting an iPhone. But over the years, I've spent probably over $100 on miscellaneous Google Play stuff, and I don't want to lose all of that because I've got like music and movies and game purchases and stuff.
You're the only one in the family thread that makes the bubble green.
I
so-
know.
No, Paxton does too. Because
Oh, I thought she had.
I thought she had an iPhone. Well, good for her. But yeah, so I'm thinking about getting an iPhone. But I've heard that you can download the Google Play app, but that might be one of those things that
I
you
don't know.
used to be able to.
To be honest with you, there's probably a way to do that, but I don't know how to do that.
Hey, iPhonians listening live, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Can you
Uh.
download the Google Play app?
My question is, why would I want to download Google Play if I have an iPhone?
There you go. You don't
So
even
that
need
you can get all your Google stuff that you bought?
Oh, by the way, the only thing that you didn't like about the iPhone is now fixed. You can customize your home screen.
Can you make like little folders and stuff?
Yep. You can make
Okay.
folders. You can have widgets. You can get the app off the screen. Yeah.
Okay, that's going to help a lot. Because like the old iPhones where it's like, hi, welcome to your iPhone. You have to have these 6 icons on your home screen. F you if you don't want them.
Nope. You can completely
Yeah.
clean it out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah. I
can-
remember it was like the iPhone 6 where it was like, hey, are you interested in stocks? No? Well, too bad.
iPhone 6. You're talking about old stuff, man. It's old, crazy stuff.
The last time I tried to use an iPhone, like prolonged, we were still in Biloxi.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah.
It's like that meme where the guy's like, when a green bubble pops up on my phone, I'm like, I don't have time for broke ass Negro.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Was that
Yeah,
a,
he's
was
like-
that a Dave Chappelle
he goes-
thing?
No, I don't know, but the guy.
I think it was.
Yeah, it's like when a green bubble pops up on my phone, I'd be thinking, I ain't got no time for broke ass Negroes.
I'm pretty sure that was Dave Chappelle. Yeah.
'Cause it sounds like you're doing Dave Chappelle's voice.
Oh, I don't know, but it made me laugh out loud.
Oh, I just realized something that we didn't talk about. On this first on the first public episode since we've had them, the dust covers.
Oh, duh.
We haven't talked about these to the public yet.
All right, listen up, freaks. Zach's going to tell you about some good stuff.
No, not you are.
Okay. We have 50, or well, I don't know how many we have left, but our good friend Zach Hall from Atlas Defense, he's been a friend of ours for a long time. He got a cancer diagnosis. It sucks. So he's dealing with that, and so we're trying to help him out. And our good buddy Justin Finney arranged for us to get 50 customized, engraved AR-15 dust covers. On one side, it says fighting solves everything. On the other side, it says fornicate cancer. And they are on Shop SOTG right now. And if you want to get one, get them while the getting's good, because unlike other stuff, T-shirts and books and what have you, where you can just keep buying more, this is a limited deal. So once they're gone, and that's it. So it says fighting solves everything. The proceeds are going to help our good friend Zach Hall defray the cost of L cancer, because L cancer sucks, and it's expensive staying alive. That ain't too cheap to die either, but it's more expensive staying alive.
Real quick,
So-
did you say the uncensored version of what's on the other side?
No, I said fornicate.
Okay, you did. Okay.
I said fornicate.
Now you have to go back and listen to the whole episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to like 40 minutes on to make sure.
No, I did.
Okay,
I
good,
checked,
good.
so.
Excellent.
He said for
So, and the other thing, if you want to help out, Iron Unicorn Apparel. You put those words in, and they have a Fornicate Cancer T-shirt that says "Fornicate Cancer," hashtag Fighting Solves Everything, and they're doing that over there. They're doing that to help out Zach too. So, and they also have patches. Speaking of which, Jared, did you follow up on that?
Yeah, I haven't got an answer yet.
Okay. Well, it's Jason, right? Jason Rothberg.
Yeah.
Jason, if you're listening, follow up with Jared. Follow up with Jared. So there you go. All right.
And with that, we've hit the 42-minute mark.
Did that help, Zach? Did that help? Yeah.
It did help very much.
Yep. And on a completely 100% serious note, I don't expect these. We sold out of the first run pretty quick, and I don't expect these to last more than a week, if they even last a week. So if this is something you're interested in, you need to get your butt over there right now and get them. Get it. Order it. Do it.
Yep.
Or don't. I mean, it's your world. I'm just living in it. Do whatever you want. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back on Wednesday, with another public episode of Student of the Gun Radio. Jared, do you want to go ahead and give them one final CTA before we punch out?
Yep. Join the Discord server. studentofthegun.com/Discord. That's all you got to do.
Studentofthegun.com/Discord. And you can be there, not be square. You know, the nice thing about Discord, here's what I use it for, Jared. When I go into the Liberty Mastermind and I start doing an impromptu live, just because that's what I like to do, I tell them, hey, go over to the Discord, ping everyone.
That's funny.
Tell them to get over here.
I actually really enjoy the Discord.
We're having a
There's lot of-
conversation.
There's a lot of stuff that we can do.
We're having a conversation. All right, guys. Thank you very much for being a part of the Student of the Gun audience. Don't be a Scrooge. Don't be a Grinch. Give that kid a Nerf gun. Or better yet, give him a Daisy Red Ryder. There you go. And until then, remember, you're a beginner once.
You're a student for life.
We appreciate your reviews. If you haven't left a review or updated yours recently, head on over to Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast player to voice your opinion. Don't forget to join us at the Student Lounge, a place for like-minded individuals to learn, connect, and support each other. No chicanery will be tolerated. Remember to check studentofthegun.com daily for new, free content and giveaways. Watch, listen, read, shop, and connect at studentofthegun.com. Are you a social butterfly? Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for new content content each and every day at Student of the Gun. Watch Student of the Gun TV and videos from our trusted partners on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Chromecast, and even AirPlay. Go to studentofthegun.com for direct links, and remember, you're a beginner once, a student for life.
And cut that episode. But we are still live everywhere.
Okay.
Boo.
Boo.
All right. We want to get back on our normal schedule and do Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what I figured we were intending.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give me a minute to get some coffee, and then give me 10 max.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I probably need to brew coffee.
Jared needs to brew coffee, so we'll see you guys around noon.
Don't be an idiot. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
Okay. See you guys. I'm going to put on the
All right.
bumper.
15 minutes. At 10:15, we will be doing Wednesday's episode.
Yes, we will. See you guys then. and 2 of us are back.
Hey, did you look at the pictures I sent you?
I did. I emojied it and everything.
It looks like an Airbnb.
Oh yeah, it kind of does.
It looks like posting for an Airbnb.
With the blue guns in the background.
Yeah,
Look at that.
it has a theme. It's a themed one.
Your theme.
You didn't emoji anything. I don't see nothing from you.
Yeah, I did. I gave it a little heart.
In Slack?
Yeah, and a heart. Yeah, I gave it a heart.
Oh,
It says right there. It says give him a heart from Zach.
Hmm.
It obsessed me that you did not recognize my emojis. That shit. Alrighty. As soon as we're done here, I gotta hit the post office because, excuse me. I tried to go last night, like after work, and in the lobby was probably 25 people,
really?
and they already had 2 of those big plastic rolly bins full, and I've got 2 containers worth of mail, so I'm like, I'll just come back tomorrow.
Mm.
And it was like 4:30.
That was always the fun thing over there, and we're in whatchamacallit.
Salt Lake?
Yeah, taking crap to the post office during holiday season.
Holiday season? Yeah, it was the best. Oh, I'll unmute us real quick. Or unmute the other people.
Dickory Doc, and don't forget.
Out of there, we can hear you now.
Damn
And your
batteries.
stock.
What's up, Zach?
Hey, not much. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Ben.
They'll be coming down the chimney. Down.
I can see you. Yeah. I like your new icon thing, Ryan.
Thanks. I saw that and I was just like, I'm gonna play around with this a little bit. And then I found that, there was a gunslinger outfit and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Gunslinger, yeah. Put on the coat and the holsters and stuff and then finally I found you could equip silence Glocks and I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get this now.
Oh, this thing. Yeah, I love this site. This site's amazing.
Yeah, all the other crap I really care less about, giving him dragon eyes or a snake head or whatever. It's like, whatever. Oh, gunslinger, hey.
Yeah. I've made let's see, 6, 12.
37.
I've made 15 little dudes on this so far. It's just fun to do, and also because of personal projects and stuff.
Have you actually bought any of them?
I did actually for a thing that we're not. What are you waving about? Hi.
It's just checking my the feed.
You're fine.
To see if it was working.
Okay, I know you're still there. But yeah, we actually bought 4 or 5 for a
The hero thing.
yeah the little
hero
figurines.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ended up not it was for a project that ended up not working out. But it's still cool to have them.
Dickory Doc. Don't forget.
I want to get I don't mind paying for the, oh crap, was it the CTS or whatever? The CAD file?
Yeah.
Because I want to get a 3D printer at some point so I can print Glock lowers, but I want to, I wouldn't mind downloading that so that way I could print my own. Maybe I could scale it up a little bit to where it's like instead of being 7 millimeters tall, it could be like an inch or 2 or 3 or whatever.
30 millimeters, 30 millimeter scale on a 1-inch base is the standard.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's the cool thing is if you buy the STL download, you can just make it as big as you want. You can make it freaking 18 feet tall if you wanted.
Right.
Yeah. Also, something they just installed or added from the last time I used the site was the tabletop simulator freaking pieces. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Dan showed me that game before. You're talking about the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's less of a game and more just like. Basically, it's what it sounds like. It's a tabletop simulator. It's basically a program that you can plug, tabletop games into. Like I've watched a bunch of people play like Monopoly and Uno and a bunch of indie games on it. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's on my wish list. I didn't buy it this time because I bought Cyberpunk, but
Yeah, all about those freaking customizable penises. I swear that's the only reason it's so popular, or got so much publicity.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This game just came out, Cyberpunk. It's been delayed for 8 years, and it finally came out. And the biggest piece of news from it that everyone knows about is that you can customize your genitalia.
Oh my.
Yeah, if you look at my server,
Nerds.
you can see where Spider did it on his. He took a screenshot of it.
Yep. Although apparently it's quite disappointing. Apparently there's only 3 options.
So there's uncircumcised and circumcised.
Yes.
So that's like one set. And then the next subset is small, medium, or large.
Okay,
that's
so you
it.
can change the size, but yeah. I think people thought they were going to be able to, like, go full ham and just, like, do crazy stuff. And it's like, no.
Like
just,
donkey dicks or something.
Yeah.
Y'all are spending your life on this. You realize that, right?
What's up?
You realize you're spending your life on making fake dicks on profiles on games, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
No, I'm aware. Yeah. Don't you worry. Plus, I don't think anybody's watching on Facebook right now, so hey. If you are, whatever. Oh, we're just killing time until Jared comes back.
Dude,
Wait, speaking of which.
You've got another 45 minutes.
Oh, wow, I'm impressed. He's back. I was just about to say.
Yeah,
All right.
Zach, if they are watching live on Facebook still, this is the magic of Discord where we can actually talk to you guys sometimes.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. That's why you should join the Discord. Talk to us
Yeah,
personally.
we just do that live stream stuff here on Facebook.
Yes.
Nudge, nudge.
Are we actually still live on Facebook right now?
Yeah, we've been live on everything. But now that you're
Okay.
back, we're going to go ahead and deafen the people in Discord, and we're going to start the next episode. All right. Bye, guys.
Don't mute me, bro.
Too bad.
Don't mute me, bro.
All right. Despite his pleas, he has been muted.
do.
All right.
So we're are we gonna start?
We can't unless we have something else to talk about.
Nope. I can talk about it on the radio.
All right. Righty ho.
All right.
Then we are going to start the next episode, which I'll put out the little disclaimers like next episode starts now. Episode begins now. All right, are you ready to start us off, Dad?
Just 1 second. I have to share something.
All right, Dad needs to share something, and then we will start the show.
I'm going to share something.
Boop-a-doop-a-doo.
Da-da-da.
Push and push and click.
Can you hear my fan running?
We cannot,
All right.
or I can at least. All right. I put out the little disclaimer thing, or the little whatever.
Disclaimer.
Discord.
Just telling people
claimer.
the official next episode begins in just.
All
a
right,
moment.
so I'm ready
Yes.
to get going. You guys are.
All right, you ready? So we will begin the next official episode of Student of the Gun Radio in 3, 2.
Welcome. Yes, indeed. All right. It's Wednesday's episode of Student of the Gun Radio. And I am still your host, Paul Markle, the pimp hand of America. It's not a job I was looking for, but it's a job I accepted, and you're welcome. Welcome. Texas is leading the way. I am so proud of Texas. I've been kind of worried about Texas for a while there. I've been known to say once or twice that Texas needs a lot more Texas. Well, it looks like they are leading the charge, and many others are following.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is Texas the only state that could actually get more Texas? Or could other states get more Texas too?
Well, the thing is, if you're in Wyoming and you say that, people be like, stop. We're more Texas than Texas is. So just stop right there.
But what does that mean?
Just stop yourself right there.
Would you say we're more Wyoming than Texas is?
Well, Texas wishes they could be Wyoming. This is when they're like, shut your mouth. Fighting words there.
We're gonna have the second war of the North and the South. It's going to be the winter is coming, guys.
Did you guys ever watch The Cowboy Way with Kiefer Sutherland and Woody Harrelson? Way back when.
I don't think so.
Way back when. They were both cowboys, and they went to New York City, where they were going to get that salsa. And some people were like, oh, you're cowboys. You must be from Texas. And no. Real cowboys are from Wyoming.
It's two different types of land.
Also, why would you go? Why would you go north to get salsa? You gotta go south to get the good stuff.
No, that's a joke. That's a joke. But they're like the guys are sitting around the campfire and they're like, well, where'd that salsa come from? And he holds the thing out, New York City. I ain't eating no salsa that was made in New York City. You don't remember that?
I don't think I ever saw the movie.
The New York City salsa commercials. That might have been 15 years ago. All right. Play the music, freak. Play the music. Please.
Stand by for education, enlightenment, enjoyment, and entertainment.
He's not here to talk about your feelings. He's not here to say what you want to hear. He's here to say what needs to be said.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, please welcome your host, the pimp hand of America, Professor Paul Markle.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Woo! Hey, Zach, while you were playing the music,
yeah, what's up?
I looked up the Pace Picante sauce commercial about New York City, and it's from 1993.
Yeah,
this one says 1980s commercial.
So that's probably why you don't remember it. You weren't paying attention to television in 93, Zach?
Shockingly, no. I wasn't paying attention to much in 1993, I don't think.
Oh, all right. So what do we got for you guys today? We got a Q&A. We got a button not working, whatever that means. We got a Q&A. So if you're listening live right now and you have a question, go ahead and drop it into the comments. The boys will monitor those comments and let me know. Frozen milk and whipping cream, ? That's in my show notes.
Yeah, I just put that in there because that's what I was going to talk about before we got on the show. And I was like, you know what? I could just talk about that on the show because some people might not know you can do this. Do you remember last year? It was shortly after you guys came over to Salt Lake. Mom said something about frozen, just put the milk in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did. And that was about a year ago. So I'm rotating the frozen stock that we have with the meat and the milk and whatnot. And so we set the milk out and also the whipping cream, let it defrost, put it in the freezer. We've went through 3 gallons of milk that were once frozen and now are thawed or were thawed before they were consumed. And the first whipping cream, we just cracked that open and I'm drinking it right now. It tastes just like it did before you froze it. So if you didn't know that you could freeze milk and whipping cream for at least a year, maybe I'll try 2 years next time, see what happens. And you can do that. So there you go. There's some food storage for you.
There you go. So all you guys out there who are looking for prepper stuff, you're like, well, what happens if I can't get to the store and what have you? Well, you could put it in the freezer. Now, the one thing that I discovered here, Jared, and maybe it was because we weren't using the deep freeze. That could be it. We didn't have the chest freezer yet, and we put it in the regular freezer, which is only like 30 degrees.
30,
30, really 28, something like that. The heavy cream, when it thawed, separated.
It definitely even in the deep freeze, the fat was at the bottom or the top or whatever. And
it separates.
Yeah, so you have to vigorously shake it.
Yeah, it separates. The other thing you can do is UDT milk, shelf-stable milk. But even shelf-stable milk is not good forever. Shelf-stable milk is good for like 6 months or so, which is pretty good for milk.
And while we're on the prepping food storage thing, food storage is a short-term solution, is not a long-term solution.
Right.
Production is a long-term solution. So storing the food, having a year's worth of food or 6 months worth of food or whatever, that is just the first step. If you plan on, nobody plans on it, but if you think that you're going to need to be able to produce for yourself for more than 6 months, or to be able to feed your family for more than 6 months or a year, whatever your food storage is, then you have to be able to produce the food as well. And I can tell you from experience, at least here in Utah, Mississippi was different. We just grew stuff out there. We just threw it in the ground and it worked. Here in Utah, it's taken us 2 seasons to actually get good at the thing, or decent enough to have food to eat from our own stuff that we made. So if you're in an area somewhere in the West or the Northwest, and you're not in a super wet climate, then it's probably a good time to start. Well, not right now because it's winter, but next spring, it's a good time to start learning.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you can always do hydroponics.
That's true. Ben Voltmer, when we were on that trip, the Voltmer family hosted us at their house, and he showed me that he had a pretty cool little system set up. Ben, if you're listening to this, drop a picture into the Discord channel so that everybody can see it.
The issue though with hydroponics is you're reliant upon electricity, unless you have solar panels or something like that. If you have solar panels, you're good to go. But I didn't mean to get into that, and that's something that we could probably talk about in the future. There's actually several books out that are out and available right now that talk about food storage and how much you need and when you need it and so forth. Patriot Fire Team Manual has that in it. Great detail. And then the new book by our buddy Nicholas Orr, a pipe hitter's guide to crushing the coming societal breakdown. I think it's chapter 1 in his book. He talks all about the potential food shortage and how fragile that is. Yeah, it's chapter 1, right, Jared? What's the name of the chapter? Is your microphone on? You muted it because you coughed.
Yep, I had to sneeze. So chapter 1 is understanding the threat to the food supply, and there's some subheadings in here: food supply, rock and stone world. There was some other ones that were here we go. Crushing food prep. Tier 1 is canned food. Tier 2 is bulk food. Tier 3 is specialty food. And Tier 4 is grow and can your own food. So exactly what we were just talking about.
There you go.
Man, it's crazy how similar Nicholas Orr thinks. But
like minds and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was one. Somebody texted me. I think it was Ben. He's like, I just read this, and why do I get the feeling that Nick Orr is a pen name for your dad? And I said, well, they are very like-minded individuals. We tend to surround ourselves with them, with LMIs. So
yeah, like-minded individuals, man.
They think alike.
But that book is available right now on Amazon as a paperback or a Kindle. Get it. And if you've already gotten it, and I know a lot of you already have, a lot of you guys have already gotten the book Pipe Hitter's Guide to Crushing the Coming Societal Breakdown. You don't just want to survive, you want to crush it. A lot of you have already gotten it, and hundreds and hundreds of you I know have, and it would be great. It would be awesome if you would get in there and leave a review on Amazon. If you are a what do they call them? Certified buyers or
verified.
Verified. Yeah. If you are a verified purchaser, Amazon gives you, they give weight to that.
That's all right. While we're on the topic of books and stuff, if you need to know how to prep food or, slaughter an animal, process an animal, that kind of stuff, and you think that you're going to need to use it the next year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, I would highly recommend that you get a book, a physical copy of a book that tells you how to do that. So, well, 2 reasons: because digital things, they get lost in trust me, I have a black hole right here. Digital things get lost. You forget about the thing. And if for some reason your device dies or you can't charge it or whatever, or, like Zach's phone, he just lost all the stuff that was on it. So a physical copy of the book would be the best thing to do. And then also having a physical copy of a book that teaches you how to do these things, that gives you something that you can pass down to your children or your grandchildren or whatever. In addition to you teaching them, you give them the books, and then they have them. They're like, oh, grandpa said this at one point in time. Yeah. Or grandma said this at one point in time, but I don't remember exactly what it was, but I'm gonna go over this book right here, and that'll help me remember.
Yeah, absolutely. And do I have to tell you that there are forces at work to restrict the information that you receive? That is the double-edged sword of the digital age is this. It's super convenient and it's right at your fingertips. That's the good thing. The bad thing is it's almost immediately and instantly alterable. It can be changed. With a couple of keystrokes, it can just go away. I've mentioned this previously about articles that I referenced, newspaper articles, CNN articles, or whatever, articles that I referenced in stories, and then I went back to reference them again. They're gone. 404 error does not exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Doesn't exist. What would happen if Google decided that, all these people who are preppers are actually anti-government radicals, and so in the interest of community safety, we're going to restrict your ability to get that material online? Well, no, they couldn't do that. They're not allowed. Not allowed by whom? When you control it, you control it. You're like, oh, yeah, I guess that's crazy, huh?
Go build your own platform.
Yeah, build your own platform.
All
yeah.
right.
So now the truth is books are the way to go, actual physical paper books. If it's important, if you're just farting around with fiction or whatever, fine, read it on a Kindle. That's cool. But if you need actual verifiable information that you're going to refer back to time and time again, get the paper book.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this is technically fiction here, but there's a lot of stuff in here that can be applied to real life, like a lot of stuff.
It's not real. It's real. It's real. It's real information. All right, let's go ahead. We're Zach, he pre-bumped us a little bit ago. We're going to go into our Brownell's bullet points of the week with our bump. Bump.
So, do you want the truth about what happened there?
What happened?
Boom.
So I was typing, right? I was working on the notes or whatever, and I clicked over real quick to change the camera angle, and I guess I didn't click back. So I started typing, and like 15 things changed real fast, including
You used the
playing video.
hotkey. You're like, oh crap.
Because this program has like 47 hotkeys.
Well, nice.
That's what happened there.
So if you go to brownells.com and you go to their homepage, it says visit our Christmas gift center. No. Yes. All right. So bing, bang, boom. I decided I would do that. And this is when I told you as on Monday that there actually was ammunition in stock. Now, it wasn't free, went on sale, wasn't discounted, but it was in stock. The days of where can I get a
You know what's funny?
where can I get a good deal on?
I had a conversation with a friend of ours who is in the manufacturing industry in the gun world. Manufactures guns, and generally I try, when I have somebody that's interested in buying something, I send them to my friends who make the best of the best guns there. So that's what I did. I called my friend. I was like, hey, do you have time to talk to another one of my friends? He's looking specifically at the guns that you manufacture, and he's interested in buying a few of them. And my other friend was like, yeah, he's like, but I just want to make sure that you understand hookups in this day and age means that I can get them a gun. Not for a discount. I can't do it. I'm like, dude, I'm not asking you, like, you should be paid your market worth. I'm not asking you to give my friends discounts. I'm just wondering if you have time to talk. And I was like, it was funny because it's true. Like in this day and age, discounted things, like the ability to get the thing is just as good as getting a discount. Yeah.
The hookup is the ability to get it, not, I'm going to get a super cool insider deal. No, the hookup is it actually available? Is it in stock? Do you have one of those?
Yeah.
That's the first question is, do you have one? Because people are still on the internet talking crazy talk like, hey, man, does anybody know where I can get a good deal on a, unless you're talking about a 2008 Hyundai, there is no good deal on a.
Yeah, I can get you one. There's your deal.
The question is, do those exist? Are there any in stock? That is the question. And after you find that out, you're like, okay, how much is it going to cost me? But if you're still of the mind right now, you're like, well, if I could find a good deal on one of those, then maybe, like I said, maybe you're talking about used cars. But if you're talking about guns and ammo, the whole old school thinking of, I'm going to get a good deal on that. The good deal is you found it. That's the good deal. That's the good deal. So what does Brownells have right now? They have ammunition in stock. At least as I'm speaking the words into this microphone. All right. As I speak the words into this black carbon steel microphone, they do have a variety of ammunition in stock. Most of it's rifle ammo and shotgun ammo. I'm not going to lie to you. You're not going to get a case of 1,000 9mm full metal jacket training ammo. That's just all that stuff's pre-ordered like months ago. Now they do have a tab here that says handguns in stock. And I was like, ooh, what do they have? Well, they have single action Colts. They have 22 Smith & Wessons. They have this PTR Industries threaded barrel 9mm pistol.
Zach says cut. You're roboting out very hard.
All right, what do you want me to do?
Try dropping out, dropping back in.
Is that going to mess up the frames?
No, it'll be fine.
Okay.
We're going to switch over to this real quick. Let me write down. There we go. There's Jared.
Hello.
Yeah. I've gotten to the point now where it's like I just kind of like count how many times it happens in a row, and then I'll decide whether or not to yell cut.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So hopefully this will help, and if not, again, there's not much we can do.
I was just looking at the in-stock ammo for the 223 stuff that you can get. It's actually not that much more than it used to be. Brownells does a good job at not hiking prices like some people do.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a 454 Casull, you can get the ammo for that, no problem.
Oh, that's what you meant. I can actually just flip those around.
What did you mend it?
Oh, when you said, will that mess up?
Yeah, now he knows what I was talking about.
Oh, no, I was talking about Dad when he said, will that mess up the frames?
No, that's what I said.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah. Do you want me to drop out and drop back in?
Actually, no, because I just realized something. I can literally just grab the frames and move them wherever I want them to be.
Oh.
So.
Well, there you go.
The last 5 times that I've had you drop out, drop back in were pointless.
Oh, man. I tell you what. I like Gucci things. I like cool things. I like unique things. But I am not giving you $2,000 for a semi-automatic 9mm pistol. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what Gucci features it has.
That's one of those ones where you buy it and you don't shoot it anymore.
It just better have a happy switch on it. If I'm going to give you $2,000 for something, it better have a happy switch. Because I'm not,
You do sound better.
If it's gold plated, I will do that.
Yeah.
If it's gold.
$2,000. Yep.
You do sound better, by the way.
The gold will be worth it.
Real gold.
Real gold.
Real gold. Yeah.
James, hey Zach, by the way, just for an admin note,
Go ahead.
James Shields said when you said Dad was roboting out, James said he sounded good on my end, and he also sounded good on my end too. So,
I mean, I'm on the recording end, so I don't know. I can only go off of what I got.
yeah, I was just letting you know.
All right. Well,
So the truth of the matter is, the good news is that if you pay attention, if you were one of the people who listened to my advice, if you listened to my advice and signed up for Brownell's newsletter, then you got the email saying, hey, heads up, there's ammo in stock. If you are stubborn and you're like, I don't want anyone else having my email address, and okay. Then they don't. And then you went to Brownell's and you're like, hey, that Markle guy said there was ammo, and I went there and it was sold out. Yep. That's how that happens. That's how that happens. So put ammo underneath your tree for Christmas. You can do it. You can do it.
But individually wrap the rounds.
You can do it.
So you can have 50 presents, but each one is one bullet, one round of ammunition.
So you know what's actually in stock and not on sale, but it's in stock right now. Black Hills, the 36 grain varmint grenade ammo. That's I think that bullet is I think it's a Barnes. I think it's a Barnes bullet. But yeah, it's great on small critters because it goes in and it just goes, it comes apart instantly. I'm gonna tell you this, it's great on small critters, not on large critters. All right, not on large critters, but good on small critters. What do we? I guess that's it. I mean, what else do we need to talk about? If you guys, pop over there, the fact of the matter is they do. It's a Barnes bullet. Yep, it's a Barnes bullet. I knew I was right. And Barnes they're your neighbor. Well, they're actually kind of Zach's neighbor. They're just south of you.
Hello.
Barnes Bullets is they're south of you guys. They're right off of what's that highway that runs north and south? 25?
Yeah, I think it's 25. Jared, is that 25?
It's 15.
15?
15? Okay,
Yeah,
Route
15
15.
I
Yep.
was just going to get that. I had no idea.
Yep, they're down there. So good people. They make good stuff. The guys at Barnes Bullets make good stuff. All right. You know who else makes good stuff? Duracoat. And they make pretty much every color you could possibly want. Close your eyes and open them back up. Now think of a color. All right, they have that. No, they don't. Yeah, they do. They even have colors that you never even thought existed. They have crazy colors like Duradyes and Durachrome, and they've got that one. What is the one that's it's that weird mixture, like it's a chrome. It fades from blue to pink to purple to, you know what I'm talking about.
Iridescent?
Iridescent. Yes, they have iridescent colors. And as you say, I can do my gun in an iridescent color. Yes, you can. We will allow you. Yes, we will allow you. So pop over there to Duracoat Firearm Finishes. Get yourself a can of badass firearms finish. They've got metal colors. They've got electric colors. They've got tactical colors, standard colors. The truth of the matter is, anything you could possibly want to put on your gun, they've got it. And they have all of the pieces, parts, accessories, and they even have Duracoat University. So check those guys out. They're good people. They're good people. Moving on, we talked about Brownell. Sign up for the newsletter. SWAT Fuel has 9mm plus P in stock. If you need a little kick in the butt this winter, and some of you do, get yourself some 9mm plus P. Use the promo code SOTG. You'll save some money. There you go. All right. So, it being Wednesday, Zach has a little bit of something to put in your ear.
ShopSOTG.com is the perfect place to go if you are a student of the gun. Whether you want to expand your brain, increase your marksmanship, or help keep your family safe. All that, plus the pimp hand brands that you love. ShopSOTG.com has almost anything that an American patriot would want. Education, enlightenment, and entertainment, and we're open 24/7. Check out ShopSOTG.com today and see for yourself.
All right, I'm going to address a situation that, it's come up recently. I opined. Yes, I have that habit. I have the tendency to opine, to editorialize, to state my opinion. And my opinion was that the Glock 48, the Glock Model 48, is the best product to come out of that company in the last 10 years. People said, well, I don't believe you. Okay, you don't have to believe me, but I'm going to tell you why. Tell you why. He's like, first of all, if you don't know what the Glock 48 is, the Glock 48 is a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. It is in the if you go to glock.com, us.glock.com, It's in the slim line category. It's actually a relatively new category for them. If you go to Glock, they have features of Gen 3s, Gen 4s, Gen 5s, MOS, Slimline, and then Crossover. But let's stick with the Slimline. So Slimline means, well, the one thing that people have cried about Glocks for a long time is that, what, Jared? They're too what? Too fat for my hand.
They're too plastic. They're not enough metal.
They're too wide. They're too flat. They're too fat for my hand. You know, it's like, first of all, no, they're not. But whatever. So what they did is they said, all right, guys, we hear you. We're going to come out with a single column line of guns, and not double stack magazines, single column magazines. So we'll be able to slim up the frame. We'll be able to slim up the slide and make it a little bit lighter and so forth. And you're just going to have to live with the fact that it doesn't carry so many bullets. I mean, the G17 carries how many in the magazine? 17. Kind of funny how it worked out like that. So 17 in the mag plus 1 in the pipe. So G17 carries 17. A lot of folks, James Yeager's probably the most famous one to say that all guns, well, he's the one who said this. He said all handguns should be Glocks, all Glocks should be 9mm, all 9mm should be the 19. And people are like, yeah, but you use Canics. And he goes, the Canic is a Turkish Glock. It's like, well, what about the M&P? I saw you were carrying an M&P. That's the Smith & Wesson Glock. It's a Smith & Wesson Glock. CZ has a Glock. Smith & Wesson has a Glock. Walther has a Glock. HK has a Glock. Canic has a Glock. No, they don't. Yep, they do. Because they're all of those guns are based on the original design from 1986 that Herr Gaston Glock produced. I'm carrying the G48 right now, and it's been about a year or two since this became my probably a couple of years my everyday carry gun. It holds 10 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. It is about the same size, height, and lengthwise as a Glock 19, but like I said, it has a thinner or slimmer frame and a slimmer slide, and it weighs a little bit less too. It is essentially the perfect sized gun for carrying all the time. Now, if I was going to put on a uniform and concealment wasn't an issue, would I carry the G48? Probably not. If I was going to put on a uniform and wear a gun in the open, it would be a G17. All right. I'd start out with 18 rounds, full-size gun. I'd be good to go. But the fact of the matter is, every day I don't do that. Matter of fact, very rarely do I put on the uniform anymore. So this is a gun that just works for everything. You say, but this is Crossbreed Holsters homeroom. I said, yeah, it is. It's all about being dangerous on demand. It's actually having the gun on you and ready to go when you need it. Lots of people like to post Instagram photos of their super Gucci, and that's great. Instagram photos are fun. But are you actually carrying that? Or is it a safe queen? Like, oh, I'd never carry that. That's like $3,000. If something happened and I lost it, I'd be heartbroken. Okay. What are you actually carrying on your body? I don't. It's just too difficult. Well, here at Student of the Gun, we suggest that you actually carry the fundamental 4, and one of those is something lethal, which is a gun. And how can you do that? Well, our boys over at Crossbreed Holsters, they got all kinds of different options for you for the G48. They've got the Reckoning, which actually I'm wearing right now. I have the Reckoning on. They've got the most comfortable, best made, highest quality inside of the waistband holster you're ever going to buy. It's called the Super Tuck Deluxe. And then they have various other ones. But so today, for your dangerous on demand, I'm going to tell you that, in my opinion, Glock has made several good products over the years. They've made several products that were kind of, it's there. I mean, it exists, but not something I'm going to write home about. And every company's done that. Every company's done guns that are like, okay, they exist, but whatever. The Glock 48 is actually the gun that I believe next to the modern opinion is the Gen 3 19 is probably the best gun they've ever done. But the G48 is great. The only thing that I would change on a G48 is this. If you got it and if it arrived with the plastic sight channel covers, the dust covers for the sight channels that they sell, go over to Night Fission. That's Night, F-I-S-I-O-N, nightfission.com. Click on the tab that says, where's the tab? I'm on there. I went to their homepage, and I don't see the Accurate tab. They changed it up on us. Why did they change things on me? I knew where everything was, and then they changed it.
Yep.
Anyway, go to G-Lock. Click. And your options for G-Lock, right at the top, Accurate. You go to the Accurate sites, and you're like, yeah, but Paul, it doesn't have the 48 listed. It has the 42, 43, 43X listed. And here's what I'm going to tell you. The slide cut and the sight cut for the 43 and the 43 X-ray is the exact same. It's the slim line. What they should actually do, Jared, is they should just, well, they can do whatever they want. They have their own company. But basically, they should designate that as the slim line because they work on the 42s, 43s, 43Xs, and 48s. So if you got the plastic sights from Glock, which is, you know why they put the plastic sights on there? The main purpose?
Because you're paying for the gun, not the sights.
Yep, that's exactly why. To keep the per unit cost down. They put the plastic sights on them because it makes the per unit cost of the gun go down.
And they function, kind of.
They function, they work. I mean, they're there. But if you're carrying a gun to save your life, I would just go ahead and install the good sights, the Accurate sights from Night Fission. And you can get those right now. So check those guys out. So there you go. That is your Dangerous on Demand for this week. My belief is that other than the G19, the Glock 48 is the best product to come out of that company in the last 10 years. If you want to fight me on it, go ahead. Go ahead. Did we play the music for that? I don't even remember.
We didn't.
I guess we did.
Yes, we did.
We did.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Main story of the day from the AmericanThinker.com. AmericanThinker.com. Jared, you want to go ahead and open that up for us and
yep.
And take a read? All right. When you open it up is this a mobile friendly site? And when you open it up on your
idea.
Laptop, it's all scrunched over to the left.
Yeah, it's scrunched over. I don't know what the deal is, but ads everywhere. Okay, so it says a summary of the Texas election lawsuit. Texas claims that the presidential elections as held and as directed by government officials outside the legislature in Pennsylvania, Georgia, Wisconsin, and Michigan all flagrantly violated their own election laws by materially weakening or doing away with security measures. Further, according to the U.S. Constitution, the legislature representing the citizens of each state has absolute authority and responsibility for how presidential electors are chosen, the will of the legislator being expressed through state law. Texas claims that the violations of election law in these states created an environment where ballot fraud was enabled and likely to occur.
Likely.
The lawsuit lists the violations of law in each of the defendant states and provides evidence of fraud. The number of ballots handled unconstitutionally, that's what the evidence
staggering.
Is. In each of the states sufficient to change the outcome of the ballot counts. Pennsylvania says facts. 1. Vote tally is 3,445,000. 548 for Biden, and 3,363,951 for Trump. Margin is 81,597. So essentially 81,600. Requests for mail-in ballots, 70% Democrats and 25% Republicans. Mail-in ballots increased from 266,208 in 2016 to over 3 million in 2020.
That's crazy.
That's one election.
And in one election, they went from 266,000 to 3 million.
Violations of election law in Pennsylvania. Secretary of State unilaterally abrogated the...
Abrogated.
I need to make this bigger so I can read. Boop. There we go. Unilaterally abrogated signature verification requirements for mail-in ballots.
Fraud.
Sometimes I don't know why I do things the hard way. Like I clearly saw that the thing was over there to the left and I didn't make it bigger. Pennsylvania Supreme Court changed existing deadline for receiving mail-in ballots from 8 p.m. on the day of the election to 3 days after the election and adopted a presumption that non-postmarked ballots be considered as valid.
What?
Fraud.
Fraud.
Presumption. Election officials in Philadelphia and Allegheny counties did not follow state law permitting poll watchers to be present for the opening, counting, and recording of mail-in ballots.
Fraud.
The Secretary of State directed election officials to remove ballots before 7 a.m. on the day of election in order to cure defective mail-in ballots.
Fraud.
This was done only in Democrat majority counties.
Huh. Interesting.
Election officials did not segregate ballots received after 8 p.m. on election day, breaking the promise made to the U.S. Supreme Court, thus making it impossible to identify or remove those ballots.
Fraud.
Evidence of fraud. So those are the actual violations of the law, the election.
It's a violation of the law. Okay.
This is evidence of fraud. Ballots with no mailed date, 9,005. No evidence they were sent to a voter. Ballots returned on or before the mailed date, 58,221. Ballots returned 1 day after the mailed date, 51,200. Perhaps not impossible, but highly unlikely for the average voter to receive a ballot, fill it out, place it in the mail, and have it returned the next day.
Yeah, no kidding. So we're supposed to believe that 51,000 people got it, filled it out, ran back to the post office, and got it postmarked and in the mail that day. Right.
November 2nd, the day before the election, Pennsylvania reports that 2.7 million ballots had been sent out. On November 4th, that number had increased to 3.1 million, an increase of 400,000 mail-in ballots at election time, with literally no reasonable chance of them being used by legitimate voters.
Nope.
Okay, so that was Pennsylvania. This is Georgia. The facts are vote tally is 2.47 million for Biden and 2.45 million for Trump. Margin is 12,670. Mail-in ballots, 65.32% for Biden and 34.68% for Trump. Mail-in ballots increased from 213,033 in 2016 to 1,305,659 in 2020.
So again, like a 1,000% increase.
Mm-hmm. Violations of election law. Secretary of State unilaterally abrogated signature verification requirements for mail-in ballots.
Right.
Secretary of State authorized opening and processing mail-in ballots up to 3 weeks before Election Day, when the law prohibits that until after the polls open on Election Day.
Fraud.
The Secretary of State materially weakened the security requirements from ballot rejection based on signature verification or other missing information.
There you go.
There was one evidence of fraud. Mail-in ballot rejection rate for missing or inaccurate information or for non-matching signatures decreased from 6.42% in 2016 to 0.36% in 2020. Wow. Well, if we so this is a kind of a funny parallel to draw. 0.36%. Okay. If you look
That's
at
your chance of dying of COVID.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you look at the chance of dying of COVID with the current numbers that are out there, it's not much higher than that. So why are people not freaking out over that? But anyway, rejecting 2020 ballots at the same rate as 2016 would have resulted in a net gain of 25,587 votes for Trump, twice the number needed to overcome Biden's vote count. With a six-fold increase in the number of mail-in ballots, reason would indicate that the rejection rate would increase or at least stay the same with so many first-time mail-in ballots.
Right. So what they're saying is, think about it. You have to be a thinking person and actually use your brain. So we've got 6 times more mail-in ballots. They went from 200,000 to 1.3 million. And at the same time, they're saying, okay, so we did so we went from 200,000 to 1.3 million, but the failure or the rejection rate dropped to less than 1%.
Mm-hmm.
How is that statistically possible in the real world? Well, in the real world, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not possible. But in the fantasy land that we're expected to live in, like, oh, just take it. So let's go to Michigan, my former home.
There's 2 more left, Michigan and Wisconsin. So Michigan, facts are the vote tally was 2,796,702 for Biden and 2,650,695 for Trump. The margin is 146,007. In 2016, 587,000 voters requested mail-in ballots. In 2020, 3.2 million votes were cast by mail-in ballot.
6-time increase.
Votes were cast. So in 2016, it says that 587,618 were requested. And so not all of those were actually cast.
Now remember, Michigan was the number one violator when it came to, remember we related the story about counties that had more voter applications than they had eligible voters.
Yep.
Michigan was the number one state where there were more registered voters than humans eligible to vote.
Democrats voted by mail at a rate approximately 2 times that of Republican voters. Okay. I mean, so this one, like where it says facts, I will opine on the voting by mail versus like the Republican voting by mail being lower. I would expect that because almost every single person that I know that is quote unquote Republican or voted for Trump that has a platform to speak to other people told them not to vote by mail. So that's kind of expected, but at the same time, you have to look at the numbers. Violations of election law. Number 1 is the Secretary of State unilaterally abrogated signature verification requirements for mail-in ballots. The Secretary of State sent out unsolicited ballots to 7.7 million registered voters, contrary to election law, which requires a voter to request a mail-in ballot through a process that includes a signature to be matched with the voter registration.
It's like the Oprah show. You get a ballot, and you get a ballot, and you. Hey, you standing over there on the street corner. Who are you? Here's your ballot.
Secretary of State also allowed absentee ballots to be requested online without signature verification. Okay. Because nobody steals identities.
No.
Local election officials in Wayne County, Michigan, containing 322,925 more ballots for Biden than for Trump, opened and processed mail-in ballots without poll watchers present.
Oh, they wouldn't lie.
Local election officials in Wayne County also ignored the strict election law requirements of placing a written statement or stamp on each ballot envelope indicating that the voter's signature was in fact checked and verified with the signature on file with the state. Evidence of fraud. 174,304 mail-in ballots in Wayne County had no valid registration number, indicating they likely resulted from election workers running the same ballots through the tabulator multiple times. What was the margin in this state? 146,007. So that was 174,384.
Yep.
71% of Wayne County absent voter counting boards were unbalanced, where the number of people who checked in did not match the number of ballots cast.
Huh.
Wisconsin, facts. The vote tally, I'll just say the margin. The vote margin is 20,565. Mail-in ballots increased from 146,932 in 2016 to 1.27 million in 2020.
Almost 10 times.
Yep. That's crazy. Violations of election laws. Number one, the Wisconsin Election Commission positioned hundreds of unmanned illegal drop boxes to collect absentee ballots. The use of any drop box, manned or unmanned, is directly prohibited by Wisconsin statute.
The law.
Any alternate mail-in ballot site, quote, shall be staffed by the municipal clerk or the executive director of the Board of Election Commissioners, end quote. Oh, more quotes. Ballots cast in contravention of the procedures specified in those provisions may not be included in the certified results of any election, end quote.
So they violated their own law.
Oh, that doesn't matter, though. There's no proof of fraud. The WEC, which is the Wisconsin Elections Commission, encouraged voters to unlawfully declare themselves, quote unquote, indefinitely confined in order to avoid security measures like signature verification and photo ID requirements. Nearly 216,000 voters said they were indefinitely confined in the 2020 election, nearly 4 times as many in 2016. Strict laws requiring mail-in voters to certify by signature, including the signature of an adult witness, were ignored or circumvented by election officials. Evidence of fraud. 100,000 ballots were supposedly missing and directed to be, quote unquote, found after Election Day.
So we found them. You found them. Yeah, where were they? Oh, I don't know. Well, we needed more.
The margin in Wisconsin was 20,565.
They found 100,000 mail-in ballots. Just found them. Maybe they're in the back of that truck that came in from New York. All right.
And this is there's a link directly to the motion that is filed.
Yep. So go ahead and give us a rapidy rap.
Do you want me to read the conclusion?
Yeah, conclusion.
Okay. Let me get back down there. Conclusion. Significant violations of election law that were put into place to protect against election fraud is sufficient to invalidate the results of the elections, apart from whatever evidence is able to be gathered in a short time to show actual numbers of fraudulent ballots. Reason would indicate that there is a high number of fraudulent ballots that are impossible to identify, which is why the election laws pertaining to mail-in ballots were established to begin with. There's no remedy to correct the November 3rd election, because ballots that did not adhere to election law cannot be identified as separate from those that did.
Which was done 100% deliberately.
Well, that's why the 12th Amendment exists. So
Yep.
We'll see what happens. An accurate count of legal ballots that were cast cannot be made. Therefore, as directed in the Constitution, it falls to the legislator of each state to choose electors, as has been done in the past. Failing that, each state may determine not to submit any presidential electors. Oh, man. The Texas lawsuit claims the odds of Biden overcoming Trump's lead and winning any of those states after the point indicated was 1 in a quadrillion. And therefore, the odds of winning all 4 was 1 in a quadrillion to the fourth power.
A statistical impossibility.
The lawsuit did not provide information on how that number was determined. This may seem an exaggeration to some. It is enough to state that the odds of winning any one of the states was highly unlikely, and the odds of winning all 4 were extremely unlikely. For example, if the odds of winning any one of the states was numerically much less extreme, but still highly unlikely, say something like more like 1 in 20, then the odds of doing that in all 4 states would be 1 in 160,000.
I like this analogy.
Yeah, 20 beans in a jar, 19 white and 1 black. Reach in without looking and be lucky enough to pull out the 1 black bean. Chances of doing that, again, is 1 in 400. Clearly indicative of cheating if someone claims to have done that 4 times in a row. As I said, the statistical analysis behind the claim of odds is 1 in a 1 quadrillion. They're not given, so I cannot speak to that. Jiminy Christmas. But even if the odds were orders of the magnitude better than that, they were still astronomically small. At any rate, the merits of the lawsuit do not depend on any certain level of odds of Biden overcoming a lead that had been established by 3 a.m. the day after the election.
Yes. So here's what we know. So Texas has filed this suit, and the follow-up on 12/10/20 is 18 states to join Texas seeking to overturn a Biden win. 18 states have joined Texas in a lawsuit that seeks to halt the presidential electors from 4 battleground states from casting their votes for Sniffy Joe Biden. And those states include Missouri, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Utah, and West Virginia. Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich filed a separate brief in his own case. Where's Wyoming on that? I am not happy about that. Wyoming should be in that. Utah is.
Oh, good.
So,
which is surprising because Mitt Romney is. Well, I don't know who.
He's not in the state house.
Oh yeah.
State house. He's a scumbag senator. So here's the end of the story, guys. I'm sure we're probably beyond our time right now, but Zach, how far are we?
We're about 55 minutes approximately.
Okay, so we need to go ahead and put the cork in this one. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. What they did, that Texas lawsuit, and Americans are stupid and lazy, and they don't like to read the facts, and they like to rule themselves by emotions. But we cannot rule our nation by emotion. We cannot allow our nation to be ruled and controlled by emotional imbeciles. They laid it out right there. This isn't Donald Trump saying that. This is the state of Texas like saying, hey, buddy, no. And in all these things they pointed out, the legislature of the states were circumvented by political hacks. You cannot allow that. Political hacks are not allowed to circumvent the state law. Jared, those are part of the executive branch. Those people are part of the executive branch. Can the executive branch alter, amend, or change law? No. Thank you for that answer. The answer is no. The executive branch cannot alter, amend, ignore, change, or institute a law because they are not the direct representatives of the people. And I don't care what your imbecile Democrat friends say. That's not how the United States of America works. Apparently, Rush was on his radio show yesterday, and he pointed to the fact that this rift between states is the largest demonstrated rift in the United States since the Civil War. And the mainstream news media and big tech are pretending as if this is not even a story. They're pretending it doesn't exist. This is a BFD. This is a big deal. and they're just pretending like it doesn't exist. But we're not going to pretend that it doesn't exist. Now, we've got some questions. We don't have enough time to get to those, so we'll get to them at another date. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being part of the Student of the Gun audience. Read and think for yourselves. Do not allow yourself to be ruled by emotion. Now, we're going to be back tomorrow on Thursday for a grad program bonus episode. We will do the same on Friday. And Jared is going to give you one CTA, and then we're going to pop out.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yep, do that. You should do that.
Yep. If you're listening to me right now, I want you to join the Discord server. It's pretty simple. I say that at the end of every show. So at this point, everybody that's listening should have already joined the Discord server.
That's right.
However,
be full.
Yes. If you didn't, studentofthegun.com/Discord, go join it. We're happy to have you there and interact with you guys in the Discord server.
That's right. That's our way of direct communication with you, unfiltered by YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. All right, guys. All right. Well,
one more thing I want to say on the subject of the Discord server. It's completely community managed. Ryan Barker he oversees the management of the Discord server. So I want to take a moment to thank him for that. There's no way that I would be able to keep up with all this stuff. And quite frankly, I'm still confused as how Discord really works. I know how to use the channels and whatnot, but as far as the administration, the Discord server would not be possible without our buddy, Ryan Barker.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, guys, remember, you are a beginner once,
a student for life.
We appreciate your reviews. If you haven't left a review or updated yours recently, head on over to Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast player to voice your opinion. Don't forget to join us at the Student Lounge, a place for like-minded individuals to learn, connect, and support each other. No chicanery will be tolerated. Remember to check studentofthegun.com daily for new, free content and giveaways. Watch, listen, read, shop, and connect at studentofthegun.com. Are you a social butterfly? Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for new content each and every day at Student of the Gun. Watch Student of the Gun TV and videos from our trusted partners on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Chromecast, and even AirPlay. Go to studentofthegun.com for direct links, and remember, you're a beginner once, a student for life.